Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? Let me check and make sure I'm actually live. Let me put my microphone in. All right, there we go. Hold on. Let me put my microphone in. Give me just a second, y'all. Let me make sure I am actually live. Yep, I think I am. Let me stick this in. All right, hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me click this on and let me check my volume. Volume could be a little louder. Checking, checking, checking. I don't know if it's working today, but whatever. It doesn't matter. So, guys, how are y'all doing? Hey, Chakra King, how are you? Hey, Nova, how are you? Hey, T Danielle. So, guys, let me pull up my little bit of notes that I got and we can get right into it. So, first thing I want to talk about is not really quite beef sector situations. It's a little bit out of the beef sector. I guess it would be is considered mommy sector. So y'all know Peaches McIntyre, right? Peach and Wood. Bitch, tell me why Peaches is pregnant again and this time it's twins. So they finna go from 7 kids to 9 kids. And when Gorgeous, her only daughter, was excited about hearing that it was twins, Wood's ass was not happy at all. Hey, Grapes, how are you, darling? I've missed you. I hope you've been doing good, Grapes. How are you? Hey, Lavender Spirit, how are you? So, once again, Peaches McIntyre, that bitch is pregnant and she got twins in her belly. And y'all know Peaches is already a BBW, so baby, she big. She over there, she big. So, I don't know how the fuck, how did she, well, I know how she got pregnant again, but why is she pregnant again? Is my question. Like at this point, because Wood was not excited at all about this newest pregnancy, especially because they already got 2 toddlers, phenomenal, and I can't remember that other boy name. Y'all know her and them fucking names and them children child, but phenomenal. He is so adorable. He's the last one she had when she had complications, but I think and then they got the autistic one. So Choice is the autistic one. Phenomenal had little issues when he was born, but he seems to be okay now. And this another one in between Choice and Phenomenal, like another toddler. So they about to have twins and 2 toddlers and all them other kids. Fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Also, guys, if you haven't noticed, I have pinned the link up top. That is the link for us to go live together because what we do over here is reciprocal. So if you click that link and you come over here and you want to chat with me, you will also be live on your page. And we'll both be getting numbers. It ain't no StreamYard shit. I don't do StreamYard. Not like that. But anyways, like I said, Peaches is pregnant again, so we'll be watching that situation. Let's get into the beef sector stuff. So, where do we want to start? Where do we want to start? Let me make sure I have live chat on. Yep, live chat is on. You at work, Grapes? Girl, your sound is going up and down and in and out. Okay. Thank you for telling me, T Danielle. How is it now? Is it better now? Is it better now? Let me see if I can hear it. Testing, testing, testing. Yeah, I can hear it. I don't know why this shit acting funny. I got the phone like literally right up to my mouth, like we're talking on speakerphone. Okay, so it seems like we're doing better now. So let's talk about this thing with Susie and Leo. How do y'all feel about that? I feel like basically, first of all, Leo is holding her own like she always has. Leo has never had a problem with holding her own as long as I've known Leo. Leo has no problem with clapping back at bitches that try to test her gangster as long as I've known Leo. So, and it's also a narrative going around like people are a little bit upset at Sean because Sean did not defend Leo. I'm saying this with quotation fingers, quotey fingers, bitch, because Sean did not defend Leo. But once again, the way Club Chat rolls is they don't jump in each other's stuff. Not like that. Like they do, but it's kind of an unspoken rule that they are not supposed to, and they are not supposed to because everybody over in Club Chat kind of likes to fight their own battles. And Sean has said a lot of times, like, he doesn't like people to fight his battles because you're not going to fight the way he fight. And if we remember anything, like, a lot of times when Babe Nation would swing down in James's chat and try to defend Phi Babe, James would embarrass them bitches. And I mean, it never turned out good for Phi Babe when anybody would swing down in James's chat and try to defend her. So that's one of those situations like where Sean says like, "Don't defend me. I got it. I can do it on my own. I don't need you to defend me because you ain't gonna do nothing but embarrass yourself and end up fucking embarrassing me because you ain't gonna fight how I fight." Hey, View. View says she's driving. Okay, drive careful, View. Drive careful. So I, I feel like Leo is old school beef sector. Leo got this, and Leo can defend herself. Rick Reed did a video earlier, and Rick Reed did make some good points. He was basically saying like he understands that Sean don't want to be in the women's business. So Rick Reed was basically saying that he understands that Sean don't want to hop in it when it comes to VS and Leo. But Rick Reed feels like Sean should have hopped in it when Grown Folks TV inserted himself. So if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, Grown Folks TV inserted himself in the whole Leo and Susie situation because it's a narrative going around that the people of Club Chat dragged James about his cancer. So I don't know who started that rumor. I don't know if it was Susie, but Susie, if y'all been watching her lately, when it comes to beef sector shit, that bitch is ill informed a lot of times. Like, first of all, she wasn't here for 3 years, so all the shit that she wasn't here for, she doesn't need to speak on. But second of all, the stuff that she was here for, like Susie's another one of those like Reed. That bitch has so much going on. It's hard for her to keep the story straight on what actually happened back then because she had so much going on. So Susie's recollection is not always one that can be trusted. I don't know if she remembers shit wrong or if the bitch just be lying on purpose or what, but her recollection is not the most dependable. So I don't know if it was her that came up with the narrative that Club Chet had dragged James in some type of way about his cancer, but y'all know. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm rolling this blunt. Y'all know I don't consider myself a beef sector historian, but I do commentary and I do a lot of reporting on what these people do. And since I report this stuff and I report it kind of freshly, I can remember what I said and what I saw. So, from what I saw back when James and Sean first fell out, because when they first started acting funny with each other, that was my first video. They hadn't fallen out yet, but they was just acting funny with each other. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Do y'all see this shit? Am I the only one who feel like they acting funny with each other? And that was my first beef sector video. Hey, young MIA, how are you? So, I mean, I've been there from the beginning since even before the beef sector. So I knew these fellas, pretty well just by watching them and their daily commentary. So when they had fell out, I was reporting on the shit. So from what I remember, do not take this as Bible. Once again, y'all know I like to smoke my blunts. I'm about to light one up right now. Since the time this happened to today, I've probably smoked 3 to 4 thousand blunts, maybe even more. So big grain of fucking salt with what I'm about to say, okay? But this is what I remember. I remember when James and Sean had first fell out, it was basically over Susie because James had dropped down in Susie's chat and like cash apped her. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Why are you cash apping this bitch? And she's literally actively over there calling your friend a pedophile. That was a little weird for me. So I made a video about that. And when James and Sean like legitly fell out, I can sort of kind of remember Sean like maybe possibly making a statement about James's cancer. I don't think he was necessarily dragging James about the cancer, but he was saying something like, "That's why you were evil bitch. That's why you had cancer." Something like that. Don't quote me exactly. But I think that's what happened. And after that, that's when James came out and said that shit about Sean's auntie. And the reason that Sean's auntie didn't survive her cancer is because she wasn't strong enough, like how James was strong enough to survive his. That's what James had said. And then Sean possibly said something else. I can't quite remember, but I'm pretty sure he said something else. And then James came out talking about throwing dirt in his baby's face, like when Sean's son died. So it was real nasty. And it was tit for tat. Like nobody was a fucking victim. So at that time, Susie was here, but she was also like that bitch. She don't really be paying attention. I think she has like people feeding her information, and she doesn't even take the time to like go back on her own and listen to the shit that people are feeding her. She just takes them for their word, and it kind of makes her look stupid sometimes because she don't know what the fuck she's talking about. So with Susie and ZX, as far as from what I understand, they were trying to spin it to be like worse than it was to make it seem like Sean did a whole video and was over there just dragging James incessantly about his cancer. And that's not the case. That's not the case. It was like a back and forth tit for tat. They were falling out because of Susie. And I'm really surprised that that bitch doesn't remember more of this because they fell out because of her. Like once again, I remember a little bit of it because I was doing commentary on it. I might circle back and listen to some of my old videos and see if we can get some more tea from back in the day. Because once again, y'all know I be smoking my blunts. Hey, Roxy. So from what I remember, that's kind of what happened. But once again, take it with a big fucking grain of salt because my memory is not quite as crisp as it should be on that subject. But then again, that subject had nothing to do with me. Hey, CCNTV. So Roxy said facts. They fell out because JC went in that Mess Express. I was there. We were all there, Roxy. We remember, like Pepperidge Farms. I did videos on this shit. I will bring those motherfuckers back out. So, I don't know. It's just another situation of people who weren't here or people who weren't paying attention trying to do commentary on shit that happened way, way back in the day. And it just makes them look stupid. So basically what I'm saying is that VS and ZX need to shut the fuck up when it comes to that situation because they weren't involved in it. ZX wasn't even here, and Susie had so much shit going on that she wasn't able to pay attention like she should have. Hey, Seven, cutie patootie. How are you? So, next thing I want to talk about is Ness. Did y'all see her over there getting ready for her date night? So allegedly she's dating men now. Like she was very, very strong about her lesbianic behavior when she was on that trip and like making her lesbian lifestyle the reason that she was not even ever going to think about hooking up with Lemon or any of them niggas. But now all of a sudden she gets back off of her trip and she's getting dolled up for a date with a man. Lemon, are you salty? Are you salty? She ain't give you none of that tootsie cat. But she over there getting dolled up, looking like fucking. What was that? What was that movie with that? When the man was in drag. What was that movie? Holiday Heart. That bitch over there looking like Holiday Heart getting ready for her date and she didn't give you none of that Tucci cat and y'all was right there. I would be a little upset, Lemon. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So also, did y'all see Ness in them onesies? Hey, Bud B. Did y'all see Ness in them onesies? Ooh, girl, they did not flatter your shape at all. They had you looking like you was in a motherfucking potato sack. Them things look like you all remember them potato sack races from back in the day, like summer camp and stuff. I don't know if y'all all went to summer camp, but we went to summer camp and we used to do them potato sack races. That's what that bitch looked at like. She looked like somebody with a potato sack on. But I love that for her. It was very cute for her. Gave me and my bitches something to talk about in the background. But I did not like that Super Mario one. Like that one was really, really tacky. And it was just too big for her. Like, girl, if you're gonna do a onesie, you gotta do something that's like form fitting. Show off that body. Also, Ness still got them what them things called? Faux locks in her head and she's still covering her edges up. She's still around there with them bandos and them scarves and shit, covering them edges up. Listen, hold on, y'all. I gotta blow this fucking nose. Oh my god. I'm gonna mute for y'all today. Okay, I'm back. So Ness was over there and she did give herself a little, she did pop herself a little bit, talking about she knows she ain't got no edges and her edges is growing back. She got a regiment going on over there. I'm trying to figure out how she lost her edges because, bitch, you've been wearing wigs and stuff for like the past 2 years. How did you lose your edges, bitch? What's going on? Was you not using the stocking cap and got to be glued sprayed properly and you was just putting that glue straight on your edges and just pulling that shit out? What is going on, bitch? How did you lose your edges in the first place? Because generally people lose their edges when they be having braids and stuff in for too long or they be too tight or whatever or they hair ain't strong enough to hold up to that shit. Like they don't have that good African 4C. But Ness say she got a lot of African 4C. So I'm trying to figure out why her 4C wasn't strong enough to hold up to that shit. Like, bitch, what you got going on? Maybe it was her diet. Cause y'all know she been over there on them drops and stuff. And sometimes when your diet be off, it fuck with your hair and your nails and your skin and shit. Maybe it was her diet. I don't know. But I'm trying to figure out how the fuck did you lose your edges, bitch? You need to do a story time on that to give these bitches a cautionary tale. I don't know. Whatever she was doing, I'm not in danger of doing. So it's not like I'm gonna lose my fucking edges. But I'm just. Oh, Gemini said Ness was probably just trying to make somebody jealous. I doubt she's dating. Well, she did put all that makeup on, and she was in her car, and she did go somewhere. So I don't think she would have put all that makeup on just to go like to the Wendy's and pick up her dinner and go back home. Maybe she would have for content. I don't know. Makeup is kind of expensive these days, and we be wasting that shit. But whatever. Jim said, oh, thank you for being a long time member as well, Jim. I appreciate you. Gemini said, I think sometimes VS does remember and throws out the BS to try to cause a fight for her pleasure and to build content off of. You know what? That makes sense, Gemini. That assessment really makes sense. And I would not put that past her. Like she's lying on purpose because she knows these people cannot stand to be lied on and they will come out and make a statement and correct it and be telling more than they should be telling, etc., etc. That makes sense, Gemini. That's a very good assessment. Roxy says she did say the guy was a friend and they have always gone to the movies. Yeah, and she did post that she went to see the Beetlejuice. I think they went to see the Beetlejuice movie. She said it was kind of slow for like the first 20 minutes, but then it got pretty good. So oh, Gemini said, I don't believe nothing they say. So I listen, Gemini, I do believe that her and a man went to the movies or whatever, whatever. I'm just trying to figure out like how is she like a staunch lesbian during the trip and then all of a sudden she gets back and she's going on a date with a guy. Once again, if I was Lemon, I would feel a little salty. Because not to say that Ness and Lemon are an item or a couple, but they do have like they were walking through the realm of having chemistry. You know what I'm saying? And for them to be walking through the realm of having chemistry and then for nothing to come of it, and they're literally staying in the same hotel room, that's a little disheartening. I'm just saying. Hey, Andrea, how are you? Thank you for being a longtime moderator. I appreciate you. So, once again, like I said, Ness is still covering her edges. She said they growing back, and I'm trying to figure out back from what. Like, bitch, what happened? Was it stress? Was it the drops? Was it you wasn't eating enough nutrients, and then motherfuckers just ran away? Was it your face? Did they run away from your face? Because I can understand that as well. I just need to know what happened. Jim and I said, "Oh well, it may have been a friendly outing." Roxy said, "I agree. I feel a smidgen of chemistry. Yes, they have a little bit more than a smidgen of chemistry. Once again, I felt a smidgen of chemistry with intrinsic and talent. That's the smidgen that I felt. But Ness and Lemon, I feel like they have more than a smidgen. I feel like they pinching off of the chemistry. They got pinches of chemistry. Like, a pinch is more than a smidgen. Like, those are actual measurements in culinary arts. I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if you know, but you can buy specialty measuring spoons that actually measure out a pinch and a smidgen. And they're two different measurements. I'm a fucking psycho when it comes to those things, so that's why I know. But just to let you know, you can go on like Etsy or whatever, and you can get teaspoons that measure out a pinch and a smidgen and different oddities of measurements. Also, next thing we're going to talk about is Reed Rashima, the rash of Philly. Shout out to Dee Dee Loop Loop. So Rashima is still missing in action, sorta, kinda. Now she did a video over there on who was it? It wasn't Light Bright. It wasn't Little Bit. It was one of them people with an L name. I don't know, girl. But she did a comeback interview, and she could have just kept her fucking mouth shut because she didn't really do anything but try to have like an ass patting pity party over there. So I mean, did y'all hear it? Do y'all need a link? Because it was like yesterday or the day before. Susie went live and she talked about it, but she didn't drop any links or anything. Do y'all need a link? Okay, yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you, Gemini. It was Just Blaze Detroit. So if y'all need a link, I'll give y'all the link, or you can just type in what Gemini just put in the chat, Just Blaze Detroit, and her page will pop right up and you can see it. I think the video had like 1.5 or 1.7K. It's the most viewed video of hers recently. So the audio was a little trash because Reed claims that she doesn't even have a YouTube page anymore, and Reed was on speakerphone. So the audio was a little trash, but I was able to put it on my big speaker and like crank the volume all the way up. So I was able to hear pretty much everything that Reed had said. Once again, she didn't really say anything worth writing down or remembering or reporting on. But the bitch was over there talking and just throwing the ass pat and pity party. And she claims she's not coming back while being back. I mean, just the goddamn delusion of it all, but whatever. Reed did report that both of her kids are doing well at this current state. The thing that happened with her son happened back in February. It is not something current that is going on. So y'all can calm your tits. The boys are doing fine, according to her. And she also reiterated several times that she's not alone in this situation. Not only does she have family, she has a village, she has neighbors, she has friends. You know how Philly is. They're kind of like everybody knows everybody, especially if you grew up in this neighborhood, you grew up in this house. So, and she kept saying her son is 22 and he never had a job. She was saying that shit like it was a badge of honor. Bitch, that is not a badge of honor. That is like, he's 22 and never had a job. I can guarantee you he ain't never had no pussy either. That's probably why his ass is over there depressed. Because once again, a while ago, when I told y'all that bitch had flawed DNA, I told y'all I believe that bitch is like keeping that boy in the house or whatever. Like, I don't believe she is allowing him to live his life and to have a job and to have a girlfriend or none of that shit. So that's probably another reason why he's kind of depressed. If you're 22 and you ain't never had no job, you ain't never had no pussy, you be fucking depressed too. But whatever. Gemini said I clicked out, but I didn't stay because of the audio. Lynette the killer, lol. Her edges, it was as smooth as a baby's butt. Listen, them edges were horrible, horrible. And we saw it from the first day. Like even with the first day when she had them little twist things in her head, she knew it was fucked up because when she was at the airport, she had that leather hat on, so she knew it was fucked up from the first day. Like, and I told her ass before she even went out there. I was like, bitch, you need to get some braids, but I don't know what your edges is set up like. I told her don't go out there with that fucking wig with the bang and the bandeau knot around it. I said she need to get some braids or something, but I don't know what her edges is set up like. And it come to fruition that them edges was set up real fucked up. I mean, she could have just got a cute wig, like a different kind of wig or a cute wig or whatever. But you know, them wigs is probably what got her edges fucked up. I don't understand it because I wear wigs sometimes when my edges ain't fucked up. That's well, listen, that's because I protect my shit. You got to protect that shit. Gemini said, could wig glue pull your edges out? Yeah, if you're just gluing that shit like directly to your head without using the stocking cap and the got to be glued spray and like different protective measures, then yeah, that shit will pull your edges out. But even still, like sometimes I don't put the wig cap on. Sometimes I just go with the wig glue like around the front part of my edges and it does get like on the light baby hairs and sometimes a little bit will come out but they grow back. I mean, I got that strong Nigerian 4C. That bitch do too. I'm trying to understand why her strong Nigerian 4C ain't doing what it's supposed to be doing. Like, listen, I am here to tell you, I have burnt my hair off. I have chemically burnt my hair out. I've burned it off with fucking curling irons. Bitch, the perm has burnt out spots. I've lost my edges at some point and had to color them motherfuckers in with like eyebrow pencil. Like, I've been through it. But my shit always comes back. Like, why is her shit not coming back? I feel like maybe it's possibly her bad diet. Maybe she needs to stop with them drops. Oh my God. Lynette the Killer says invisible edges might be in style where she lives. Listen, Lynette, there is a lady that I'm subscribed to here on YouTube, and her page name is Invisible Edges. I swear to fucking God. And it's because the lady got alopecia, right? And what she has done is she has made what do you call them things? She's made lace edges that you can stick on your bald alopecia spots and it'll create like edges for you. And the name of her page is Invisible Edges. She's great. Like the product that she has, it's a great product and it looks really natural. Like the lace is so thin and like see through, you don't even know it's not your real edges. And she be over there doing her hair and stuff. Let me see if I can find her real quick. I will share her for y'all real quick. She hasn't been live in a while. Yep, here she go. Wait a minute, is that her? Build a girl. No, that's not her. Where is her fucking page? That looks like it's her, but that's not her page though. No, that's not her page. I'll look for it. I'll share it on my community tab when I find her again so y'all can see her. But once again, for my edgeless beauties, she has a product for y'all. Oh, Lynette said, email that info to old girl. My edges are good and healthy. I'm just gonna put it on my community tab. I'm not gonna email her. If the bitch sees it, she sees it. First off, old girl was missing way more than edges. We saw into her future with that bold globe. Oh my god. Mm, mm. Well, you know, I will give her props because she was able to like use different scarves and hats and like maneuvers and things to try to cover that shit up. It's not like she's not aware of it, and it's not like she's just out there just like free balling and like pretending like she doesn't see it. Like how Krista has that mustache and that unibrow, and how her wig is fucking horrible and greasy and like really really old, and she just pretends like she doesn't see all that shit. No, Ness didn't pretend she didn't see it. She tried to literally fix it. So I will give her kudos and two claps for that. Gemini says, Thotty, have you heard anything about iBabe? Yes, I have. iBabe was in the news, in the notes. Let me get to that real quick since you're asking. So I was over there and I was watching Jason's replay about 4 or 5 days ago. And Jason was saying that iBabe had been arrested in Alabama. Now, she was arrested and she was also bailed out. He's also saying that there is new footages of her on the body cam, not only her, but her and her husband. And the husband on the body cam was saying how iBabe is a drunk and how that bitch, like, she be getting drunk and stuff. And it's like real, real detrimental to the family. And she's out of control. And Jason was really salty and pissy because nobody watches his fucking channel and nobody drops down and engages with him. So he's withholding the body cam information and further information until you niggas drop down and like pat him on his ass. But that's not going to happen because he's been blackballed, as we all know. So he's really salty over there because nobody wants to play with him. Nobody wants to come into his yard and play. So he's withholding information. But as we know, he cannot help but to want to tell us this shit about this bitch. And he knows that, the people who are going to talk about it are going to talk about it. So eventually he will come out, and I believe he'll come out and show the body cam footage. I believe he will. Real talk, braids weren't the correct style for her. Yeah, she figured it out. I did like a few of her scarves. I did too. I did too. Oh my God, Roxy said Krista the friendly ghost. Listen, somebody was over there dragging Krista recently, talking about how her ass was bleaching. I think it was Ness. I can't remember who it was, but somebody's dragging Krista, talking about how her ass be bleeding. No, it was Seven. Seven and Krista's fighting real, real bad, y'all. Seven tore Krista the fuck up the other day. It was great. Krista tried her best, but she failed. And everything that Krista tried were things that other people have already said. Yes, Roxy, arrested. I'm going to get back to it. So everything that Krista tried to say about Seven is things that people have already like tried to lie roast Seven about. So it wasn't hitting. And not only that, Krista's stupid ass gonna sit over there and pretend like she don't know who Seven was and she didn't know who Seven was. She had to research Seven. Bitch, if you don't know who Seven is, are you even fucking beef sector? Bitch. Like that is not a read on her. That's a read on you and your motherfucking know nothing ass. Hold on, y'all. I gotta blow this fucking nose again. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. I'll call you back in a minute. I'm live. Ugh. All right. So I've got this nose together. Yes, Roxy, arrested. So what had happened when iBabe got arrested? Allegedly, because y'all know, I think she's like what, a traveling nurse or some shit. Don't quote me. I don't fucking know. I'm just guesstimating on what she's shown us and like the different areas and stuff that she be in. So I'm guesstimating that iBabe is a traveling nurse, and y'all know she's like in the where are they? Las Cruces, New Mexico area, and then she'd be in Arizona sometimes, and then I guess like her family is from Alabama, so she was in Alabama allegedly like visiting family or working. I don't know. I don't know what the bitch was doing in Alabama, but while she was in Alabama, she decided that Jason was still harassing her, and they've got some type of like civil rights lawsuit going on against each other for like racism and civil rights and all kind of other shit. I don't know. Don't get me fucking started on that shit. It's too much for me to even try to wrap my brain. I'm not spending no brain power on that shit. But since they got some type of civil lawsuit going on, like in the federal courts against each other, I guess I don't know what he did or what he said, but it set her off while she was in Alabama, and she ran to the police station in Alabama trying to put some new charges on him. But of course, Hey, oh, Dovey! Dovey said hello, everybody. I won the case. Yay, Dovey! Yay, Dovey! Congratulations! Did you win any money, girl? Or did you just win the case and they just dismissed it and nobody got to pay nobody nothing? Did you win some money, Dovey? Girl, how much you won? Girl, is we going gambling into the bingo hall with that winning? So let me get back to this other case with iBabe, and then we can get back on the. It's so much. Oh my God, y'all know I got ADHD. I can't keep it all together. Ugh. I want to have two conversations at once, but my voice box won't allow me to do it. Oh, speaking of, it's this lady out there, and she can sing in two different tones at the same time. Like her voice box will allow her to sing alto and soprano at the same fucking time. Like two people are singing. It's crazy. If I come across her video again, I'll share it as well. But that's what I'm in the mood of. I need to have two different conversations at once because there's so much going on. But let's get back to iBabe. So iBabe went into the Alabama police office to try to like put some new charges on Jason or whatever. And because she's so fucking crazy, and of course, because this is Alabama police, like a lot of them are probably white, and you know they Alabama white, so they real country and stuff. And you just assume that Alabama white police officers and sheriffs and stuff are racist. You just assume that because conditioning and what we've seen over the years, and Emmett Till, Emmett Till, Emmett Till. So hey, don't ask me, Ish. So iBabe was in there with that crazy shit, and she's trying to tell these people like this racist white guy is coming after me, he's coming after my family, and she, of course, she's not making herself clear. She's coming off as unhinged, and the people in the police office are just like really not taking her serious, and that sets her off. And according to Jason, iBabe ends up chest bumping the sheriff, the county sheriff while trying to report Jason. She ends up chest bumping the county sheriff, and that leads into some type of other altercation, and they end up like locking her ass up for um, disorderly conduct or whatever. So yeah, that's why iBabe got locked in Alabama allegedly is because she went in there to make a complaint on Jason, and her behavior was so egregious. Her behavior was so fucking egregious. If you don't know what egregious means error. She had error in her behavior that they had to lock her ass up for a 24-hour stint or whatever. Now, I believe Jason has said like either a family member or her husband or whatever had bailed her out. So she's not currently locked up right now. It was like a 24-hour type of situation. But yeah, that bitch got locked fucking around with that white boy, fucking around with them Jews. So, mm, mm. That's the second bitch that then got locked fucking around with that Jewish boy. Y'all better leave that boy the fuck alone. I've been told y'all he very, very litigious, and I don't know why y'all just keep fucking with him. And y'all don't have the mental capacity to be as litigious and as fucking smart as far as when it comes to the courts and the law and how to speak to law enforcement. Like a lot of people chalk it up to Jason having white privilege. No, it's not white privilege. It's his ability to communicate better than you niggas can communicate, in my opinion. Communication is everything. And also your attitude is everything. Yes, Gemini second. You know Tracy ass got locked fucking around with his ass. So Tracy done got locked fucking around with that nigga. And now iBabe done got locked fucking around with that nigga. Y'all must like the smell of pissy jail toilets, cause and not only that, they keep calling the police themselves. They calling the police for protection and they asses end up getting locked. Like, bitch, when are you niggas gonna learn the police is not for you? I ain't calling the police for shit. I'm not calling them for shit. Like you break in my house, it's gonna be gunshots heard, and the neighbor's gonna have to call and report the gunshots because I'm not calling the police for shit. That's just me though. Don't ask me if he already has the body cam footage. But once again, he real salty over there because ain't nobody dropping down in his chat, ain't nobody giving him no likes, ain't nobody communicating with him the way that he feels like he should be communicated with. So he's holding the body cam footage until you niggas act right and get over there and be nice to him and befriend him again. But like I said earlier, don't ask me, is he very gung ho about putting that bitch and her business out here? So eventually he will drop it. He'll drop it. But he already have it from what I understand. He already have it. He just waiting to drop it until you niggas act right and kiss the ring, I guess, or whatever the fuck. Gemini saying he won't let anything go. He pushes the law and not allow them to brush it to the side. Well, you know what? He is a little bit unhinged as well. And I believe it's only a matter of time before he gets himself locked as well. So we just have to sit around and cross our legs at the ankle, like how the girls in the Royal Crown, like how Megan and them do. Don't cross your legs at the knee, cross your legs at the ankle, real dainty, like a motherfucking duchess, and cross your hands on your knees and sit back and wait, bitches. Don't ask me. Ish say he is so entitled. You know what? I'm not even gonna fault him on his entitlement because I am very entitled as well. And you know, entitlement has to do with the way I feel like entitlement has to do with the way you're raised. It really doesn't have to do with your color. Because I am very, very fucking entitled. You would think I was the Duchess of Cornwall, bitch, the way I be around here acting, but that's another story. Oh, don't ask me. And I hate it. Well, hopefully you don't really disdain me for my entitlement. Don't ask me ish because I do harbor a lot of entitlement. And I try not to let it shine through so much, but it's very hard. It's very hard. It's a daunting task, and it's very overwhelming sometimes. So let's get back to the shit. So we just talked about iBabe getting locked. Ooh, my stomach is growling. I am so hungry. I'm just gonna drink this water and smoke this blunt and live off of this anger. I'm not gonna eat anything until dinner. Oh, it's also for dinner. I'm doing some homemade chicken tenders. I got some chicken breasts unthawing, and I'm gonna cut those. I'm gonna marinate them in the buttermilk and the egg, and I'm gonna fry them up. Make some homemade chicken tenders. I made some homemade honey mustard sauce, and I'm gonna do some hand cut fries. I have a serrated cutter, a serrated knife that cuts crinkle fries. So I'm gonna cut some crinkle fries, and I'm gonna blanch them, and I'm gonna fry them. So everything is gonna be it's gonna be chicken tenders and fries, but everything is gonna be homemade, even down to the honey mustard sauce. So I'm very excited about that. The household is very excited about that because they love my homemade chicken tenders and French fries and honey mustard sauce. So that's what we're having for dinner. That's what I have going on the side. We talked about Reed still missing in action, but not really missing in action. Oh, listen. Why did Demetra call the Philadelphia crazy house about Malik? If y'all don't know the Malik I'm talking about, Malik is her oldest son. The oldest one is Malik, and the little one is Makai. So why did Demetra call the Philly crazy house inquiring about going up there to visit Malik? Bitch, I was fucking dead. Now, Demetra didn't go too far. She didn't really do too much, but she did call up there to figure out what was the visitation time like because Reed has said that she was only able to visit the boy on Sunday. And Demetra was like, that's a motherfucking lie, bitch. That's a lie. You can visit him anytime you like. So she called up there to get the information and come to find out you can visit during the weekday as well. So she popped reading that lie. Roxy said, "What? Yes, Roxy. Demetra had called the Philadelphia Crazy House because it's only one, allegedly. But I mean, she wasn't trying to get any information or anything. She was just basically trying to pop Reed in a lie because Reed said she was only able to visit the boy on a Sunday, and Demetra was like, "Bitch, that's a lie. You can visit him anytime you need to." So, but it was also a mute point because once again, the boy was in the crazy house in February. This is now September. He has been out of the crazy house for a couple of months now, and according to Reed, he is doing well. Because according to Reed, mental health and like severe depression or whatever, it's a thing that kind of comes and goes. So you have your good days and you have your bad days. And right now he's on a stint to where he's doing pretty well. He's doing pretty good. But she needs to let that boy out the house and let him get a job and let him go get some pussy. And like, he's not your baby anymore, bitch. But whatever. Also, Hey, figure eight, how are you? Yes, long time. Hopefully, you've been watching the replays because I have been live a little bit lately. If you haven't been watching the replays, circle back and listen to them. Some of them are kind of funny, and it'll keep you updated on what's going on with these crazy niggas. Oh, don't ask me. It said you can go anytime, especially when they are underage. That's what. That's another thing that Reed reiterated several times. Don't ask me, Ish. She reiterated that this boy is not underage. He's 22 years old, so the rules are a little different when it comes to him because he is a grown man, because he is 22 years old. So I believe that possibly is like was Reed saying, trying to say something without saying it, as far as like the visitation and like her rights that she has as far as contacting him and being able to see him because he is an adult. He's over the age of 21. Things are a little different. She reiterated that several times. I mean, it sounded like she was trying to say something without saying it. Y'all know these niggas and they mental gymnastics. Y'all know how it go. So let's talk about Wigs and this tragic shit that Wigs then brought out here on these streets. Gemini said, I deal with depression and I think he needs to go to work and activities outside of the house. Exactly, Gemini. You have to keep your brain. Gemini, I said that's why I believe he's depressed because she kept saying, like, he's 22 and he ain't never had a job. Like, that's some type of fucking badge of honor. It is not. Because once again, it's telling me he ain't never had a job, he ain't never had no pussy. And if you ain't never had no job and never had no pussy, of course you're fucking depressed. Of course you're fucking depressed. And that's your mama? All the little girls in the neighborhood got to see your mama walking around like beating her feet on the street daily because y'all ain't got no car. Like, even if you did have a car, she couldn't drive it because the bitch is blind. Listen, it came out that allegedly Reed has a glass eye. I don't know. But I do remember when Reed and Phi Babe was fighting real, real bad. Phi Babe had some tea about the bitch, and it came out that Reed has like physical disabilities, and that technically, according to Social Security, the bitch is deaf, dumb, and blind. Now, if y'all don't know what deaf, dumb, and blind is, I implore you to Google it. And since we're all adults, you should know what the terms deaf, dumb, and blind are. But it seems more and more likely that the bitch does have problems with deafness. She's deaf in one ear. She does have speech problems. We hear her impediments, which is the dumb part. And then the blind part is that glass eye, allegedly. So, yeah, I mean, I reported over a year ago that the bitch was deaf, dumb, and blind, but nobody listens to me. So, what the fuck ever? I already knew, and I've been told y'all. Jim said being in the house all the time is not good for him. Exactly, Jim. He's cooped up like a fucking like a prisoner. Like, I believe that's also a possible problem of what Susie had going on with her kids and ongoing with her kids as well. She tried to keep them in some Rapunzel type shit cooped up in the house. But Rapunzel jumped out the window and got the fuck on away from there. Oh, every time I think about that girl jumping out the window, I just imagine it. Oh, I feel so sad for that poor baby, but I'm glad she was able to escape. It puts me in the mindset of, like, those princesses in Dubai who are locked up in the palace and they're not allowed to have any autonomy and, like, basically they're prisoners in a palace. Yeah. The poor baby was able to escape, and, kudos to her for that. Just the strength and tenacity. Figure eight said tea spilled everywhere. So Wigs also is missing an eye. Wigs also is missing teeth. Wigs also had addiction issues. So listen, I keep telling y'all, birds of a motherfucking feather flock the fuck together. And if these two birds weren't damn near like a bird twins, like the mama bird birthed both of these motherfucking eggs at the same goddamn time, they're bird twins. Like, what is the likelihood that you would find somebody who also is missing an eye, who also is missing teeth, who also has addiction problems, who also has all these other fucking household issues and problems? Like, god damn. The universe is funny, ain't it? The universe got to be a woman because that bitch is hilarious the way she be just putting shit together. And I told y'all last time we talked, the universe on YouTube is real funny because some of these connections these niggas got out here, it's just too good to be true. For example, the Kiki and Rolex and Dory shit, like that shit, it's too good to be fucking true. Like, how? Like what? And then not only that, the Kiki fucking on the man, the same man that VS was fucking on at one time. Like what? That's oh my god. Universe is fucking funny. Gotta be a woman. So Wigs also disclosed that she had some molestation situations with some cousins. She was fucking on her cousins. Well, her cousins was fucking on her when she was a kid, but then she started fucking on some cousins in her adult age, and she had liked it. So she was like actively fucking on her cousins in her adult age. Like it was a mess. It was a mess, bitch. And Wiggs did confirm that Reed is a dirty hoarder. But we already knew that because if you have been watching Reed since the best that I got times, you knew the bitch was a dirty hoarder. I mean, it ain't nothing new. We've seen things over the years. And Sean was live the other day, and Sean was talking about how Reed need to come back. And I was like, Sean, Reed does this all the time. This is like the fifth page she's lost. So let's go through all the pages, okay? Because I didn't want to type all that shit in his chat. So it was first she was the best that I got. And then she got rid of that one because of Kwani. Kwani was dragging her kids and calling them retarded and shit. And then it was the best that I got and more. And she got rid of that one because she was on live with Kwani and she had that camera slip. And then it was Read the Heart of Philadelphia. And then she got rid of that one. I can't remember why she got rid of that one, but she did. But then it was Read the Heart of Philadelphia is not back. So that's four so far. And now, what is this one? Read the heart, meow, meow, whatever the fuck. She's got rid of this one. So this is five fucking pages. You know. Don't, no, I'm not the one that said the shit, you know. She said she liked it. I'm reporting what that bitch has said. She said she liked it. Hey, hey, Deanna, how are you? Verbal Assassin said VS was fucking him on purpose. She knew that was Kiki man. Mm, oh, eh, it's only so many coincidences that can happen around here, and some of this shit like it can't be a fucking coincidence. Like, and if it is a coincidence, it's just oh my god. Mm. So oh, don't ask me. Ish say, don't forget the Rocky page. I'm sorry, I forgot the Rocky page. So what is that? Six pages? If y'all can think of any other pages, and just let me know. I know she has a backup page as well. I haven't gone over in my subscriptions to see if her backup page is still up, but I don't know. Maybe she forgot to delete it. Maybe she deleted them all at the same time because once again, she did go over there on Just Blaze Detroit and she told Just Blaze Detroit she couldn't hit the link because she didn't have any YouTube pages anymore. She had deleted everything. Now, and she's saying delete it. She's not saying incognito. She's saying delete it. And we know that bitch is not above deleting the shit, so also, Wiggs had after Wiggs had confirmed that Reed is definitely a hoarder. Wiggs was over there talking about how them bitches don't like to wash. How they be washing like every 3 and 4 and 5 days and shit, cause they be so inundated with YouTube. How they don't be washing their ass. What's wrong with y'all? Oh my god! Like, that boy of hers ain't the only one that's depressed, obviously, because if you're not washing your ass, you are fucking depressed. You got some shit going on. You need a fucking med check. Where's my pills at? Where, you need a fucking med check if you are not washing your ass like at least once a day. And that's the least. Like, oh my God. Y'all walking around here with these pissy ass pussies and swear up and down that some man wants to set that shit on his face. Bitch, the fucking lies you tell. How can y'all walk around with pissy pussies for days? I don't understand it. Listen, I will tell you though, in the events of an apocalypse, like where society is falling and you don't have access to clean water and things like that, you bitches are gonna survive. Like you bitches will be just fine. I, however, will be freaking the fuck out because I gotta wash my pussy daily. Hey, grown folks TV. Grown Folks TV, Rick Reed had cussed you out earlier. Did you see it? He had cussed you out real, real bad. Well, he was cussing you out and he was cussing Sean out. He was going tandem back and forth between y'all two. I don't know if you've seen it, but I tagged you in it so you could watch it if you need to and make your response. I'll be waiting on the response. Gemini said, I don't believe much of what Wigs says. Wigs has to be doing some trolling. Mm. If Wigs is trolling, why would you be trolling on yourself about having like one eye or no eye? But listen, the bitch said she do got the diabetes or whatever, and the diabetes is why she's losing limbs and stuff and body parts over there. And it makes sense because when you have the diabetes, you do be losing body parts and limbs and stuff. So that tracks, right? And then she was talking about how she was addicted to marijuana or whatever. Like, bitch, matter of fact, let me light my blunt up. Talking about addicted to marijuana. Like, what the fuck? That reminds me of the movie with Dave Chappelle. What was that? What was that movie with Dave Chappelle? That fucking pothead movie where they sent him to rehab for marijuana. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you niggas? Ugh. Y'all addicted to marijuana like that, like to where it's ruining your life. You need to rethink some things. What the fuck? That's like being addicted to cigarettes and the cigarettes are ruining your life. Like, what the fuck? Like, I smoke marijuana and I smoke cigarettes, but it's never ruined my life. Like, god damn. Gemini said Wiggs has always done that mess. Yeah, she has been on dialysis for years. Oh my God. GFTV, grown folks say fuck Rick or Mr. Tinky Winky. Tags are off on my channel. Okay. Well, listen, I would love to hear you speak on it on your channel. Listen, I do like a nice back and forth, especially when it's the guys going at it. So give us a little razzle dazzle. GFTV, give us a little razzle dazzle. Tinky Winky. Ooh, this gonna be good. Listen, y'all, I'm trying to instigate us into a good little beef between the boys. I'm trying to do my best, okay? I'm a grade A top tier fucking instigator. So once again, Wiggs also reported that her and Reed don't be washing their coochie like that. So they over there with pissy pussies. So also, I typed down that y'all remember when Deidre called the Hoarder Squad back in the day on Reed? We never got any follow up on that. And I took these notes like a couple of days ago. And before I could even go live and report on it, Sean brought it up last night as well when Deirdre had called the Hoarder Squad on Reed. Deirdre, are you in here? GFTV said, but he's a girl. It's not fair. Listen, oh my God, Deirdre, there you go, girl. GFTV. Listen, the way you be around here calling bitches hookers and hoes and sluts, you ain't got no problem going at girls. So it's totally fair. This the beef sector. Deirdre said, "Of course I am." Listen, Deirdre, what did the Hoarder Squad ever like get back with you? Because they should have definitely followed up on that shit. I'm upset they didn't get back with you because what the fuck is the purpose of having a Hoarder Squad if they're not going to do anything? Maybe we should just call the show Hoarders. Everybody out here wants to be fucking famous. Everybody wants to be on reality TV. Maybe we should give that bitch a boost and call like the actual show Hoarders. Deirdre, if you call the actual show Hoarders and you get to like speak with a producer or whatever and you do it on live, that would be grade A top tier commentary. I would love it. I would love it. And not only that, that you'd be doing like your Christianly duty. You'd be actually helping somebody. Oh my God. Deidre said, yes, they did. They were cited. Ooh, they were cited, Deidre. Do you know what the fine was or what the parameters of the fine was? Like, you got to clean this shit up within 30 days or we're going to charge you $500 or whatever. Girl, what was the, because I didn't hear that. I could have missed that video. Listen, you know, you on the West Coast and you be coming live. It'd be like 4 o'clock a.m. my time. So I don't be seeing everything. Girl, what did the citation entail, girl? Do tell. Oh my God. Deirdre said I backed off. She lost her shit. Of course she lost her shit. That's what she's known for. That's why we watch her. Because we like to see her spaz the fuck out. It's very hilarious when she spazzes the fuck out. Her delusions are hilarious as well. Okay, so we talked about Deirdre said, I won. Deirdre, you stay winning, bitch. And they can't take, baby girl, they can't take. So, VS, when her and Grown Folks TV, they did their podcast for better or worse. The first one was okay. It was okay. The second one was all right. I didn't watch all of the second one because I was out and about doing stuff and people were talking to me in real life and I had to like fucking be a human and like talk to real people or whatever. So I couldn't listen. I think I'm gonna swing back around and listen to it later. But I don't understand why Susie is wearing that veil and that bride outfit. Listen, do y'all remember when I told Ness that if she goes to Vegas, she better not go without a fucking wedding dress and she better buy one from the Salvation Army? That's exactly what I was talking about. That shit that Susie's over there wearing is what I expected Ness to show up in for her wedding in Vegas that never happened. But I don't know what is the purpose of her wearing this shit. It just looks horrible. It's ill fitting. Like her hair's not even done. I don't like it. I don't like it. But then again, I don't like her, so of course I wouldn't like her fashions. But I don't understand what the purpose of is. Like, is she trying to be funny? Because it's not funny. I mean, if it's to get engagement and talking going on, it's definitely done that. Because I've taken some screenshots and sent them around, and we've been dragging that bitch. So shout out to her for that. Like, listen, when Susie got kicked off of here, I was one of the ones that was elated, but it only lasted for about 6 months because after she was gone for 6 months, I was like, oh, I miss dragging this bitch. And it just seems not fair to drag somebody when they're not on here like that. So eventually, if Reed stays off of here, I will possibly not be dragging her like that because I mean, if you go away, then you don't get dragged like that. But so after 6 months of Susie being gone, I was a little upset because I used to love to sit around and text messages with my bitches and drag that whore. And when she came back, oh, it was just like the old days. Oh, we sit around on text messaging. We drag that whore anytime we get good and fucking ready. And she gives us so much. She gives us so much. So shout out to her for that. Hey, cool ass chick. Thank you for being a long time member. I appreciate you, boo. So let's see what else. I think that's it. I think that is everything that I want to talk about. We've been on here for an hour and 2 minutes. Y'all know we don't do this shit all day. Y'all know we don't. We get in where we fit in. We get in, we get out. And I appreciate y'all for stopping in, and I appreciate everybody who's liked the video. I can't see how many likes it is because of this new format, but I have faith that y'all have twerked on that like button at least once. At least once for me. Because y'all know I don't like no lazy bitches with no heavy motherfucking sausage ass Brianna thumbs. Y'all know I cannot stand a lazy bitch. Even though I am a lazy bitch, right? I have my limits. And one of my limits is if you're gonna sit in here and listen to me, you might as well either like or dislike the video. If I've talked about you or one of your faves or whatever the fuck, you can feel free to hit the dislike button. That's what that's there for. It's there for you. But at least do it. Okay, Juno say he counted and it's 37. Thank you, 37 people. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. And thank you to all of my members and thank you to everybody who's just rocked with me and just listens to me or whatever, whatever. I appreciate y'all because once again, time is something that you can never get back and it's priceless. And I appreciate you spending that time with me. And with that being said, guys, we are out of here. And listen, if y'all haven't seen me in a little while, just jump back and listen to some of my replays because I've been live. I talked a lot about this Vegas stuff and some of it was real, real cute, I feel. Juno said, I'm bad. My bad. I'm high. SMH. That's how many in the chat. 21 likes. Okay. Thank you, Juno. Thank you. All right, y'all. I will see y'all real, real soon. Okay. Y'all have a great day. And y'all be careful out there. Y'all be careful out there. It's It's snake season again. I mean, it is fall, but you still got to keep your grass cut pretty low because it's snake season out there. Them motherfucking anacondas and goddamn vipers and poisonous snakes and constrictors and all kind of shit. Fucking gardener snakes and all of them. All right, y'all. I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. Peace.